they always wait to the challenge to be like, hey, you're not able to compete today. So let's see what actually happens. All right, guys, welcome back to Pure Mayhem. I'm your host, Michael Lark, and we're catching up with my favorite show, The Challenge All-Stars Rivals. It premiered tonight. This is episode 3, and let's get right into it, because, bitch, I'm itching. And, like, it ended off with Kellyanne and fucking Sylvia screaming match. Like, bitch, I'm ready to tune into the drama, so let's not waste any time. So we don't really see the ending of Kellyanne and Sylvia's argument, but we pick off pretty much what it looks like the next morning of them arguing. And Shane and Ashley, part of the Lavender Ladies with Sylvia, is basically pretty much telling her, like, you know, if you need help and guidance, like, we're here for you. Like, don't let her get to you and, like, ruin things. And if we see you worked out, we're going to let you know, give you a signal, blah, 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 da, da, da. Kellyanne's talking to Frank, like, you know, she's just mean. Kellyanne has this analogy. It's just kind of like, I compare everyone to the house to dogs. You know, I love dogs. And I don't know, I kind of do that too sometimes, being in the vet industry. I'm like, this lady's a chihuahua, or like, he'd be a golden retriever. He's just silly and submissive. But totally get it, Kellyanne. And she just thinks Sylvia is just straight up mean. Like, she thinks that she's a bitch. And I'm pretty sure Sylvia feels the same way about Kellyanne, so it's kind of funny. And they're just a real rivalry for sure. Frank's hearing Kellyanne out, but he doesn't really care. He only cares about himself. Danny, look up. Anyways, what's funny is that the Lavender Ladies really do well when they're all together in the house. We've seen it on Final Reckoning. We've seen it on Invasion of the Champions. Ashley, one alliance member from that squad, wins. Like, they get pretty far and they do pretty well. So Sylvia and Kellyanne need to get along, because, you know, Ashley and Shane are here and they all also have their little mini connections that can really get them in the game far again. Like, I feel like that is a strong alliance. They're really loyal and they can definitely count on each other, and everyone knows that. It might be a target in a way, but it will benefit them in the long run of having 3 teams or 2 teams have their back, you know, minimum. So I do think Frank needs to watch out, and he pretty much is saying, like, he wants to be everyone's best friend to make them think that he won't throw them in, but when he gets a chance, he will. He's not afraid to be ruthless and brutal. We've seen that in the past, and I'm excited to see how far he can go this time, but I'm not really confident in his partner, if I'm being 100% honest with you guys. So Frank's gonna have to do what he's got to do to stay out of elimination, and win some challenges if he wants actual power. The scene cuts to then we see Anissa talking to Sam, and Sam pretty much is Sam not being on the challenge for 12 years, and she's worried. She said that the first challenge Damir took her out, we saw that she was saying she couldn't breathe. They were nowhere near winning. They were pretty much in dead last. So, like I said, I'm worried for Frank. Anissa's giving some encouragement to Sam. She's like, yo, TJ called me an athlete last season. Like, and he said that they come in all shapes and sizes. And good for Anissa. She's worked hard. She's been an athlete, obviously. But at least she got the recognition she deserves. Anissa just wants Sam to feel good in her body. I think they both have a lot in common, where people underestimate them or don't think that they can get a job done just because of how their body is and where they are in their athleticism. But we've seen in the challenge plenty of times that expect the unexpected and anybody could fucking win. Sam says that, you know, she can rely on Anissa and they can relate on a lot of things, and she trusts her. And we know that Frank and Anissa are also close. So this is a good partner pairing that is really good for Anissa, because I'm pretty sure they both will have her back. So the scene then cuts to Kellyanne and Steve having a talk in their bedroom, and we can hear Adam fucking flushing the toilet multiple times, and then he comes out looking like this, crippled, sick, and Steve's the whole time like, they're gonna just keep throwing us in, and it's just gonna be a cycle. Boy, you might get sent home because you don't got a partner. You ain't gotta worry about getting down in elimination. Like, Adam looks beat. Steve's a little worried. Kellyanne's like, are you okay? Why was his arm like that? I'm confused. I need more information. We then see everyone heading their way to the next challenge. Adam is there, but you know, They always wait to the challenge to be like, hey, you're not able to compete today. So let's see what actually happens. This challenge looks epic. I like it from the PVs, from the trailer, and I can't wait for it. It's all in the middle of nowhere, too. DJ says today they're playing Ball Buster. They'll pretty much jump into this star-shaped pit where they'll collect balls, race through an obstacle course, and place them at the end of these poles. Willow will run a course. They need to retrieve 10 balls, but they're all different shapes and sizes, and they can carry pretty much how many they can hold. And after they do all 10, they have to solve a puzzle. The first team to complete the puzzle wins today's challenge and be safe for elimination. This challenge looks fucking lit. Let the madness begin. It's about to get hectic and people are going to have to take multiple trips because they got to carry 10. So it's a race for sure. And they need to be strategic about it. Oh my God, it looks like so much fun. I would just jump in there and dive. So there's about 3 to 4 teams still in the fucking ball pit, and the rest of them are gone. Sam and Frank actually has good teamwork right now, and Sam got up this fucking ditch all by herself. She didn't even need help. Go ahead, girl. Adam is literally coughing up a storm while climbing. Like, Steve's like, yo, I'm about to get sick in the next 3 hours. Yay. He's not thrilled. I'd be like, can you wear a mask? Like, now, if you look here on the left, Anissa is having some PTSD because the last time she did something like this in Spies, Lies, and Allies, she fell and dislocated her shoulder. So, girl, I'm praying for you. I can see why you're scared because that shit don't look easy and it looks high. Ashley says Anissa's best shot is now because she has a winner on her team. Girl, did you watch Fight or Dies? She had Jordan, the GOAT, on her team, and he's also a winner. But still love you, boo, but you gotta come with facts. Also, I believe she was partnered with Rachel, who's also a winner. Kellyanne and Sylvia making some progress, and I don't think that they have trouble competing. I think they have trouble just vibing as people and personalities and partners, but I'm not shocked that they're both doing well right now. There's too much going on. There's too many fucking bodies. People in the way. People gotta wait. Anissa's still standing there on the left. What the is going on? Bessie and Amber seem to be doing a good job. Nani and Turbo as well. Devon and Shane are doing pretty well too. They're keeping up with the pack. Veronica and Katie are both carrying one ball. They just know they're not gonna win, so I don't even think they're trying. But like, come on, this is the challenge. Compete. You may think you're not gonna win, but like maybe you should really try. Like, one ball each? Come on. Y'all both could at least carry two. Two small balls. Veronica says that her strategy is to lay low, though. They want to look like they're weak so people can hold on to them and use them for a star later. And hopefully they only can go on once, win the elimination, and make it to the final. And they don't really have to compete and do any more than they really have to, pretty much. She's playing a different game, she said, which is the game she always plays. So it's a different game from everyone else, but the same game for Veronica each season. It's hard to know who's in the league because we just know the number of balls people have. But right now, it's looking like it's Devin and Leroy and Fessy and Amber pretty much. And Nani and Turbo look like they got a good amount of balls too, so I'm sure they're not too behind. And Davon and Shane as well. Devin and Leroy are the first team to basically get all 10 balls, and they're moving on to the puzzle. We know Devin's a puzzle king, so I see them getting first place right now. But Fessy and Amber are right behind. But Leroy and Devin get it first, and they are today's winners, and they are already star holders, so their star is being protected, so good for them. This is one strong-ass team. This is one team I feel like that can make it to the final and win. I'm not shocked that they're killing dailies right now. I mean, it's Devin and Leroy. Devin wants everyone in the house to think that they're not safe. He's like, not even TJ. Like, TJ's going in. Imagine. I actually do want to see TJ play in some of these challenges. I think he'd be hilarious to watch. I want to see if he can do it instead of yelling at other people to do it. We know Devin thrives when he has power. He loves it. He loves being manipulative and evil. But he's also entertaining and funny when he does it. So I'm interested to see who they're going to throw in today because Devin is really a strategist and Leroy always needs someone to bounce ideas off of and to take charge. So we do know most likely the decision is going to be Devin's. But let's see who they choose, because Leroy is pretty well liked, and Devin, is Devin. So I wonder what they're going to compromise with. So they just did this fucking challenge in 110 degrees. Insane. Won't be me. Nope. Adam is still sick, and we know how the challenge works. Anyone who's wounded, injured, sick, they throw them in because they see them as they're going to go home most likely because they're not at 100%. And on top of that, they're one of the strongest teams in the house, and they have a star. Like, Stargate, they're going in. Like, Steve is worried for a reason. Like, just cut to then they're going in again. Like, just go there. Who is Devin and Leroy putting in against them? Because I'm most likely sure they're going to be the house vote, because they were the house vote last time, and we know how they go. And the challenge is, if they say your name first, the first day, they're going to keep saying your name till you go home, because it's just easy. You're not making any new enemies. You're not getting more blood on your hand. So bye-bye Adam and Steve, unless they keep fighting their way out of elimination. And I feel sorry for them, especially Adam, because he's like sick right now. So it's like, he's not going to even be at 100 to even defend himself. But for some reason, I feel like they would still come out on top, because clearly you don't give up. The scene ends there with Adam and Steve basically want to offer whoever wants to vote them in, like, hey, don't put us in, but you can like take our star, or we can sacrifice ourselves later in the season, blah, 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 whatever they can to save themselves. And we start the next scene with Kellyanne and Sylvia hashing out their argument from last night. Sylvia has already stated, like, girl, I just wanted to hurt your feelings. I said the dog comment, girl, I'm still pissed about that. But I just wanted to hurt you like you hurt me, pretty much. Kellyanne expresses to Sylvia that pretty much she has a lot of insecurities, and when she feels like someone doesn't like her, it makes her question herself. And Sylvia's kind of like, yeah, I have a lot of insecurities as well. Maybe that's why we clash heads. Like, we just both are really insecure. And they both kind of make some progress. They really pour their hearts out to each other and really try to get to the deep root of their issues and what triggers their that blood. And pretty much they apologize to each other and agree to do what they can to win this thing. So after Kellyanne and Sylvia resolve their issues and basically say that last night never happened and they're putting the past behind them because they really do think that they can win, we cut to the scene where Leroy is talking to Dario, and he doesn't like being in a position of power. He doesn't like showing his cards. He doesn't like being the one reason that someone is going home, potentially. Anissa is over there having the conversation with Leroy, Dario, chopping it up, Corey, and Ashley sees this and she's pissed. She's like, this is the third time where me and Anissa are at the bottom. Like, this bitch is not training. She's not motivated to win. And I'm a little annoyed by it. One, most of the seasons that I've been on and I've actually tried. And Ashley's venting to this to Nicole and Turbo. She's like, I'd rather be here by myself. Like, and she voices that she'd rather be targeted first than to be brought to the end just to get beat. And that she'd rather have 0 friends and win $1 million. Which we know she is being truthful about. Ashley should be, happy that Anissa's socializing and talking, because it's probably keeping your ass out of elimination. Because, girl, you're forgetting you're a 2-time champ. You stole the money. You showed how ruthless you can be. People are looking at you like a target. She is probably the only one that's actually saving you. So let her talk. And then we start the next scene with pretty much everyone in deliberation, and we're about to see who's the house vote. Adam and Steve pretty much ask someone in the house to step up for them so that they don't get voted in. And it's fucking crickets. Who's going to volunteer to go home? No. And yes, they're not going home, maybe just elimination, but no one wants to jump in and get their star now. Everyone knows if you have a star now, it's hard to fucking keep. So they don't want to get their star so soon. They'd rather be backstabbed than volunteer to go home and still have to fight for their star later in the season and then possibly go home then. Like, no, I'm not volunteering either. You're sick. You have a respiratory infection. Go home. Because I don't want that shit. Jesse and Amber like, don't volunteer. Are we going to volunteer? Should we volunteer? No. And like, yeah, Adam and Steve don't realize that people want to get rid of them. They want y'all to go in. Like, no one's trying to save you. We're like, now's our chance. Bro, we want you gone. We don't want you to stay here. We like you, but you gotta go. We're trying to win the 300K. Lonnie and Turbo vote for Adam and Steve. I'm pretty sure everyone is, so I'm not gonna go through it. Adam and Steve vote for Frank and Sam. Katie and Veronica vote for Corey and Big T. They don't really explain why. Adam and Steve know they're at least going for Frank because of last episode, Frank tried to, go and gun for them, So Devin and Levo are having a conversation with Adam and Steve, pretty much figure out, who do you guys want to go against? And they're like, the team you voted for, Frank and Sam. Now, if Devin and Leroy do this, it'll be good to get out Frank and or Adam and Steve, but Sam is holding Frank down. So I don't know if they'll go forth with it or if they should. They should put another strong team against them. But Devin doesn't want to put in another star holder because he doesn't want to start a precedence of pretty much star holders going after star holders and both of them going down into elimination. So doesn't want to do that. And he might just give them their wish because he doesn't want to make enemies. And he doesn't know if they're going to come back and they're a strong ass team and they're another guy and guy team, So Devin's smart. He also won't make a new enemy if he says, Adam and Steve asked me to put you guys in pretty much, so I did, which we know how Devin's game is. He's probably most likely going to do this. Devin plays this game where he likes to gain a lot of favors from people when he's in power, but he always knows who he's going to put in pretty much, or he gathers house consensus of who wants to go in and tries to follow that to get them on his side. And he talks to Frank and Sam, and Frank convinces them to put in Kellyanne and Sylvia. And they do. And they gain Frank as an ally, someone who would protect them in the game. And now we have Kellyanne and Sylvia versus Adam and Steve, two very strong teams. And kind of sad if either of them go. But I can give a fuck about Adam, kind of. PJ tells them tonight they're playing Pile It On, where pretty much there are giant spools and two puzzles. They'll basically solve the puzzle while the spindle is unraveling. And pretty much they want to complete the puzzle as fast as possible because the spindle that's unraveling rope, they have to carry and hold that rope for 5 minutes. And if they drop the rope at any time, their 5 minute starts all over again. So it's going to be a battle of endurance as well. And pretty much you want to finish that quick so that you can hold that rope for 5 minutes. Steve is confident he can get this done, but it doesn't look so easy. But damn, a fucking lavender lady is in the fucking elimination. I love the drama, the loyalty that they bring. Lavender ladies are a really strong alliance. And I don't want to see them go yet. They're both still working on the puzzle, and that rope is kind of moving slow. So I'm expecting that this is going to be a time-consuming puzzle, like it's not as easy and fast to get done. So as much as people want Adam and Steve to go home, star holders like Devin and Leroy want them to come back so that they can be put right back into elimination, which is kind of very smart. And also, they don't want star holders to go after star holders, which means that if they do come back, they won't be coming after Devin or Leroy either. Smart. Adam and Steve finished their puzzle first, and they're ready to hold the rope. Now they're two men, and one of them is sick. So maybe there's some hope for Kellyanne and Sylvia, but I don't know. They're big men. Lavender ladies rooting for another lavender lady. Let's go. Now, I didn't realize that the rope continues raveling. I thought when they finished the puzzle, they stop the spindle, but they don't. So it's currently just looping and moving, and it's going to get heavier and heavier, obviously, over time. And Steve seems to be holding a good chunk. Adam needs to pick up some fucking slack. Steve has this interesting strategy where he says, like, wrap the rope around like my back, my neck, so that, my body supports the rope and not just our arms. Great strategy. Good thinking. Both teams are in this, and they both have been holding this rope for a decent amount of time, but now let's just see if they can hold it. Again, this rope is continuously unraveling and it's going to get harder and harder as time goes on. And Adam and Steve clearly are holding more rope than Kellyanne and Sylvia. So if they just had found out a better strategy sooner, they might catch up and Adam and Steve can probably slip up. So let's see. Adam and Steve pull out the W despite Adam being sick as hell. And Kellyanne and Sylvia are going home. Damn. But that's good for everyone in the house because if Adam and Steve don't win the next challenge, they're going in again. And the Lavender ladies are down a fucking member. Damn. I was so happy to see them reunited. Minus Amanda. But still, damn. Marie too. Damn. Damn. Kellyanne and Sylvia say they're actually friends and that they like each other now. So although they didn't make it far and they thought they can go farther, I mean, they were blindsided. So I think they would have gone farther. Obviously, don't think that they would have been voted in so easily either. So they could have had potential of really making it far. I'm shocked that Devin and Leroy actually sent them in. But if you think about it, they really don't have connections with them. We shouldn't be really shocked, but at least they're calling out being friends. They went from this last night to this, hugging in the motherfucking confessionals. Now that's growth. Now that's resolution, okay? And even like sharing armpit sweat. Like, that's amazing. See what the challenge can do for you? It can make you friends with your enemy. After Sylvia and Kellyanne left, we cut a scene to Anissa and Ashley with the house, and she asks Ashley to grab her an ice cube and says something sort of a redneck joke, and Ashley's like, that's like so far from the truth of my actual life, and I'm fucking sick of it. I think she's probably annoyed that her best friend just went home. I don't know if she has been drinking, but she just snapped on Anissa in front of everybody. Anissa's like, girl, I'm sorry. I love that you have a country accent. It's one of my favorite things. Not making it any better. It's everybody's face as this is going down. Devin's like, yo, that was so awkward. After Anissa makes that comment, she doesn't even say anything. She just leaves the room. Anissa obviously follows her and says, like, I was just trying to be funny. Like, I guess it wasn't funny. I'm sorry. Ashley doesn't want to hear it. She's like, I've been nice to this bitch all season. Like, I feel like I can't win with her. Like, I'm just pissed. Anissa's like, if I say anything in a moment, like, just talk to me. Let me know. Ashley's like, I just did. And she did. And Ashley's like, there's a lot of things I can joke about you that I don't do. So don't do it to me. And she is going off. The Ashley we love to see is back. She doesn't want Anissa to joke about anything personal about her. And I get it. Now that you're partners, you know, you don't want your partner making fun of you. Like, come on, Anissa. You should know this. Ashley's venting to Fessy that Anissa's going to lose a challenge for her. She doesn't even have to lose or throw a challenge. Like, they're just not going to win. They're going to get fourth place in the finals. Fessy wants to work with them, but he's confused on who's leading. And I didn't think about that either. I'm like, Ashley is strategic and so is Anissa. So they are a strong team, but like who does run that team? Like, this is so interesting to see and try and find out because, yeah, I don't know. But what's nice about their teams is I feel like they both can cover all aspects of the game. They're pretty well-rounded. I don't know, a little of these All-Star episodes are a little boring. I don't like the transition from Paramount Plus to MTV. I felt like All-Stars on Paramount was a lot different than this edit that we're seeing now. Like, ugh. But with that, good night, because a bitch is tired.